What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing the USA versus Honduras World Cup qualifier. I watched most of the game. I watched enough, to have a good opinion on it. We'll just get right into it. Post-game, USMNT Twitter was going absolutely mad. There's a lot to talk about. The conditions for this game were absurd. The conditions were so mad. The temperature at kickoff was the coldest it's ever been since they've started recording the temperature for kickoff. It was 1 degree Fahrenheit, and it was so cold that CONCACAF, they let all of the players wear the neck gaiters to cover their face and their ears, and they even let Matt Turner wear like the full head protection from the cold. It was crazy. At the start of the game, Matt Turner had what they call a muff. It's like what the quarterbacks wear in the NFL to keep their hands warm if it's cold. It's like the little pocket like right out in front. And it was approved by CONCACAF, so it was all good. And then the referee told him to take it off. What? Why? I missed the disconnection there. They had the full head coverings, the neck gaiters, gloves, undershirts, all that, and the muff that Matt Turner was wearing. And it was actually all supplied by the Minnesota Vikings. So, big ups Minnesota Vikings. If you need help from another organization to help supply cold stuff for a game, probably shouldn't be playing. While we're on the topic of supplying the cold stuff, the US actually did cover for Honduras as well, or at least they offered to. They offered any of the cold gear that the US had, just so you know it was a bit more fair. Now let's get into a little bit of how the game actually went. So, Pulisic didn't start. For what reason, I don't know. It was Berhalter. It was a big call. And, Giorena obviously still hurt. He missed this window completely. Hopefully he's back next window. He should be. That typically means Wes McKennie's got to step up, or someone completely just, kind of out of the blue, just have a big game. McKennie stepped up. He had a few miscues and passes where it's just like, where are you passing that to? But he had a goal, and he had a ton of critical passes in the offensive third of just like getting the ball forward, moving it, getting in the middle, moving it back out. It was really good to watch. Yeah, so Wes McKennie, big props. He got man of the match as well. Deservedly so. Little unfamiliar name. One of the first times we've ever seen him. Luca De La Torre. Last night, he had a pretty good game. What I liked about it was he didn't play Berhalter ball, and he actually was like, creative and was willing to pass forward and make the more risky passes. Whereas in Berhalter ball, you pretty much just keep possession and you dominate the game with like 85 possession and then say it was a good game. Sorry. Anyways, big ups him. I honestly kind of hope to see him next window as well, starting a little bit of rotation. Although next window is super hard. We'll get into that in a little bit though. Another player I want to call out, Kellen Acosta. Really good game. He had a big role in all 3 of the goals. After this game, everyone was like, oh, Kellen Acosta, he's like top tier MLS talent. I haven't seen enough of him to really have a valid opinion on that, but there's a lot of talk of him trying to get to Europe now because he's getting a lot better. His improvement is pretty solid right now. And then, you got to talk about it. Pulisic, super sub. I mean, I don't really like saying Pulisic's a super sub, but in the 2-0 in Cincinnati a few months back, he was a super sub because of injury. And he came on, scored like practically right away. This game, literally did the same thing. One of his first few touches of the game, goal. I mean, the goal it wasn't like, a flashy goal, but it was a goal. He scored first 2 minutes while he was on. So that kind of recaps, the player performances and I guess the big highlights of the team performance. Now we got to talk about something that was really stupid. Really stupid. All right, it's mid-game. I think it was around like the 85th minute or something like that. There was an injury and the game had to be stopped. Typically coaches are like, coaching up their players. They have some guys come over and they're like, tell them some bits and pieces, No. Berhalter decides that this is a good time to go take a picture with some fans. What? It's kind of got mixed reviews, but for the most part, people hate it. People hate that he did that. I don't like that he did that. I think it's kind of unprofessional. Like, you're in the middle of coaching a game. You literally just had to wait like about 7 more minutes and you could have gotten a picture with them. Why did you have to do it mid-game? I feel like that's disrespectful to Honduras, disrespectful to your own players. And it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. When has anyone ever done that? ever. I'm not a fan of it. A lot of other people aren't either. But yeah, anyways, this game is a must win. Everyone saw it as an expected win. Like, it's Honduras. You've got to be beating Honduras, and convincingly so as well. It was good to put 3 past them, but it was like, guys, there's more work to do. Next window is super hard. This game should have been a given. Speaking of next window, it's the hardest window that we've had this entire time. We've got Mexico away, Panama at home, and Costa Rica away. Just in case you didn't know, the USA since 2012 is 1-2-2 at Mexico. We have 1 win, 2 losses, and 2 ties. We're gonna need a lot of creativity in whatever they did for the Cincinnati 2-0. Gonna have to do the same thing here, probably a little bit more. Though Mexico's kind of out of form right now. Mexico's game yesterday, they beat Panama 1-0 on a PK. They're kind of out of form, and the game before that wasn't that good either. We're not in the best form either, but I think we're in a little bit of a better position than Mexico. That's going to be a huge game. Panama at home. Panama's in the 4th spot right now. We've got them at home. It'll be a big game, but I think they can do it. It's fully winnable. Costa Rica away for the final game. That makes me kind of nervous. We need at least 4 points from these 3 games. They can do it. They fully can do it. It just depends what kind of players show up to camp. And, fingers crossed no one gets injured, like Pulisic doesn't get injured or something. But they can fully do it, but it's not going to be easy. Not even a little bit. It's a bit nerve-wracking, but I think they can do it. We'll see, like I said, what players show up to camp, what kind of state they're in, who's in form, who's out of form. Does Josh Sargent come back? Who knows? Gio coming back as well. He should be back by then, because the next window's not until March, and we're like early February right now. We'll see what happens. Ending on a little bit of a not so good note. After the game, it was released that 2 Honduran players suffered from hypothermia post-game and mid-game. So Honduras substituted their goalkeeper mid-game because of hypothermia. And after the game, we found out that another player also had hypothermia. This is kind of ridiculous. The fact that they scheduled them in the middle of February in Minnesota. Even Wes McKinney on Instagram, I was just scrolling before I started filming. He literally captioned a post, "Hopefully we don't have to do that again." I know we've got the whole home field advantage and CONCACAF and blah, 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 blah. But that is crazy. 2 players got hypothermia. And Matt Turner had to have a blanket. They didn't need to play there at this time against Honduras. Nonetheless, we got 6 points from this window. It's a big deal. I thought this game, the US-Honduras game, it was good, I guess, launching point for the next window. A good confidence booster. Next window is going to be tough. Hopefully next time I make one of these, I'm not mad or calling for Berhalter to leave. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you after the Mexico game with another one of these type of videos. That about wraps it up. Proud of the boys. We got work to do. Remember, if you like the video, if you like me, if you like the USMNT, if you like America, like the video, subscribe. And if you're really cool, turn on notifications so you know when I upload. That's it. See you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.